I think we are live. You're on mute, just so you know.
How
Okay,
about now?
we're good. And we're live. So, great. Just want to welcome everyone back to AN Squared, the Atypical News Network. It's AC Smooth here, and we're here with our lovely co host. You know her by the name of Snipe here on the network. Don't let her get you in her crosshairs because she will fire off. And today we're actually talking about a very sensitive subject here. We're talking about Britney Spears and her conservatorship. And Snipe wants to do a little special report and let you know all the details you need to know that you might not hear in other places about what's going on. So, what's up, Snipe? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Wait, let's try that again. What's up, Snipe? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you. So,
Um,
yeah, let's get into it, I guess.
all right. So this little synopsis is that Britney, um, which if you want to flash those clips real quick, just um Britney Spears, I mean, she's a household name. Like everyone knows who she is, but for the last 13 years, she's been in a conservatorship under her father, and he controls everything. His name is James Spears, and there's just like a lot of corruption and stealing and control going on. She can't even get married, have kids, or drive without his permission. So just kind of get an idea of what's going on. And there's a recent update too with court. So just kind of want to talk about all that.
Well, we want to talk about all the details. We've prepared a special report here where we have all the juicy stuff lined up for you guys. So we'll move into that. I don't know. Where's the first thing we're starting with on the
I
story?
think I'm just going to start with the court update from June 23rd of this year. Um, it was a court hearing where Britney was addressing the judge directly for the first time in 2 years. And she just kind of got everything out there that she's been feeling, everything out in the open. Um, I guess I'll just start with kind of an outline of what she said. So she did say that in 2018, she was forced to go on tour, and she was told that her management would sue her if she didn't go on tour. So she just complied, went on tour, worked, and rehearsed all the time, taught her own dancers, and they ended up saying that she wasn't taking her meds, told her doctor that. So he ended up saying that, I'm sorry, oh my God, I'm so nervous. um, so her doctor ended up saying that he got a bunch of calls about her not complying with her treatment. Her team told her that she could deny doing her Las Vegas residency because it was so overwhelming for her and she was just exhausted. But she was afraid that they were going to punish her if she did that. But then once they told her, like, hey, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to, she pretty much was like, okay, I don't want to do this. And then she ended up being punished, which are her words. Allegedly, she was punished and put on lithium as her punishment by her doctor. And she ended up in a mental health facility for about 4 months because of all because she didn't want to do a Las Vegas residency. And it was just like all a punishment for her. In this hearing, she said she's not here to be anyone's slave. Her whole family did nothing. Her dad enjoyed every moment of Britney's suffering. She had no say in anything. She's been forced to do meetings 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. And she was telling this judge again after 2 years, which it's worth mentioning that the judge on her case is alleged to be corrupt. She was sent to that facility, like I said, wants the conservatorship to end and for changes to be made. She just wants her life back. She wants her life back. She wants the conservatorship to end without being evaluated again, because she's been put through so much in terms of mental health evaluations just in the last few years alone, like let alone everything before that. This has been going on for 13 years now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you is like,
Yeah.
so for people that I guess aren't completely aware of the situation, like she's 39 now, and you're saying this went on for 13 years?
Yeah, she was put in a conservatorship when she was 26 years old, and that was in 2008. Yeah, in 2008, her conservatorship was put in place, and it allowed her father to control her finances, who she can be around, allowed him to make business deals on her behalf. And that's pretty much what that Las Vegas residency had to do with. Her dad was trying to make her do that, even though she was exhausted. And she stated that if she could, she just wants to retire, even if it's just for a few years. Like, she needs a break. But yeah, so this court hearing happened. She pretty much confirmed everything that we've been in the Free Britney movement have been theorizing for the last couple of years now. And for some people, even longer than that. There are Free Britney people that go back all the way. And it's finally all coming to light. She literally said that she truly believes this conservatorship is abusive. And I believe her 100%, just based on what she said in that hearing. She says she's miserable. She's crying every day. I just feel for her so hard. I just can't. It breaks my heart that she's going through this. And like, that's just Britney Spears. Like, there are people that aren't famous who are also going through these situations too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like what we want to bring to light here with this report is that, there's other celebrities like herself, and people that in conservatorships in general that we don't really know what's going on and if they're really, if they're able to control what they're going through and if they're really going through what the courts say they're going through. So, yeah, it's a pretty tragic situation.
Yeah, so I guess I will have you start out, or I guess first let me explain real quick like what a conservatorship is, just for anyone that like doesn't know. It's a court approved arrangement where a person, whether that's like a family member, significant other, anyone, is like put in charge. It's like a guardianship of someone else who is deemed to like not make decisions for themselves or control their finances or anything like that. So usually conservatorships are put in place when there's a growing medical, financial, or mental health need of an adult. So that's what they say. They put Britney in her conservatorship before, but it's been pretty clear that there's really no need on her end when she's been making millions of dollars over the last 13 years doing tours, Vegas residencies, aside from the one that she didn't want to do, and being a judge on the X Factor, all these other gigs. But she apparently has a need for someone else to control her life entirely.
Right. So this is like a whole, this is like speaks to like a whole culture that's going on in Hollywood with like exploitation and sexual SA. If you pick up on my drift when I'm saying there, So I think it's something we really just want to bring to people's attention so that, a lot of us, she comes up through Disney and so forth. Nickelodeon is another big one that we investigated and found out some stuff through. That'll come in a later report. But, a lot of us support these networks and these organizations, and we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So maybe, if we keep stressing it and bring a little more light to the subject, about the terrible things that are going on, the culture, the toxicity in this industry, like maybe we can make some changes. And if it's happening to these big people, then you can imagine the level it's happening to people that don't have this status and name and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you're cool for sure. Okay, so what led to her conservatorship? I just want to give like a basic breakdown of what led to it, kind of who's involved, and then just kind of a general timeline of her conservatorship up until now when she had that hearing yesterday. So, and then yeah, you can just like throw out any questions you have as I'm going, like I don't care. I have all my notes. So, what led to Britney's conservatorship was her mental health breakdown. Everyone has the memory of her breakdown. There were some instances with her driving with her baby on her lap, or shaving her head, or any whatever else happened back in 2007, 2008. But I think that all comes back to how she was treated throughout that time. She was villainized. She was harassed by paparazzi. She had no one around her that was trying to protect her. And at the end of the day, some of those instances came down to making sure her kids were safe. Like, yeah, she drove with her baby on her lap, but she was trying to get her and her baby away from the paparazzi that were hounding, harassing her. It's a tough situation. So yeah, she had these instances, but then those were exploited by the media and then used against her to put her in this conservatorship. And the two people that I guess constructed this conservatorship and came up with the idea was James Spears, her father, and Lou M. Taylor, who is like a business manager or whatever. And hold on. Okay, so James Spears is, like I said, Britney's father. Him and Lou M. Taylor schemed together to put Britney in this conservatorship. They didn't go by the process by which conservatorships are supposed to be put in place. They didn't give Britney due process in order to fight the conservatorship, or even the judge apparently didn't even follow the rules in terms of like putting Britney in an involuntary psychiatric hold, which is what then led to this conservatorship happening. So it's just all around like really questionable morals, ethics, in every sense of the word. And they just completely took advantage of Britney and just put her in this really awful situation.
Yeah, so like
Um,
conservatorships don't usually last for 15 years with someone like of her age, right?
yeah, I think with Britney's, I'm sure they last. And I'm sure there are totally valid conservatorships out there that do last a long time. But in this case, I don't feel like Britney needs that. She is clearly competent to make decisions for herself, to provide for herself, to provide for those around her, even if it's involuntarily. So, and even in the court recording, she sounded very together, anxious, obviously, but she was together. She spoke in an articulate manner. and she was able to express her feelings and control her.
Okay, I believe we are having some technical difficulties. We're gonna have to check on Snipe's internet connection, possibly. Okay, there we go. We're back.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Yeah, you're back, so it's good.
Okay, I don't know what y'all heard, but I want to play that voicemail. The voicemail to Britney's attorney about her father.
Should we play this one, the audio for this voicemail? I don't
What
know.
did you say?
Should we play the audio for this voicemail?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. So, I guess set up the voicemail. What is this? This is her attorney. She's talking to her attorney.
Yes, this is a voicemail that Britney left her attorney about her father. So it just kind of gives a glimpse into like what Britney's relationship is like with her father and like the kind of dynamic that's going on between them.
Okay. I messed up on the audio there. So she said this is a voicemail between her and her attorney talking about her father, right? I don't know if this actually plays. Hold on. Hmm.
Otherwise, I did send you. Hold on.
Yeah, there's like no audio for this one for some reason. Is this just like the? Can you see it? Like I have the.
Yeah, I can see
Pulled
it.
up. Huh.
Give me a sec.
Okay. Yeah, you could play it too, honestly.
I mean, I guess. I don't know how good the quality would be.
You're pretty loud, so it should be fine.
Like, play it on my computer or my iPad, or what do you want me to do?
Okay, I've got it now. I see it. So I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
Received January 21st at 12:29 a.m.
Hi, my name is Britney Spears. I called you earlier, but I'm calling again because I just wanted to make sure during the process of ending the conservatorship that my father has threatened me several times that, he'll take my children away. I just want to be guaranteed that everything will be fine with the process of you guys taking care of everything and things just being the same as far as my custodial time. That's it.
So that voicemail pretty much just shows James scares her. She's afraid of her dad. He's threatened her with taking her kids away. And he actually negatively impacted her custody in the last couple of years. He physically abused Britney's then 14-year-old son, Sean, and impacted Britney's custody. She went from, they reduced her custody to 30%. So her ex-husband has like primary custody now. She's reduced down to 30%. And it really seems like all Britney wants to do is just like be a mom, love her sons, all this other stuff. But her dad and her conservatorship are keeping her from doing that. And then I also want to talk about Lou M. Taylor, who I guess we have that email, that picture of that email that Britney sent to her attorney as well. And it was regarding Lou M. Taylor, who was trying to be Britney. She was trying to get in Britney's life at that point, be her business manager. And she's one of the two people that were instrumental in putting this conservatorship in place. So.
Okay, I brought it up for you.
Okay, give me just one sec.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, that's cool.
So the voicemail says, Gary, since you are my lawyer, even though I don't know if you're really trying to protect me or not, there's this crazy lady, Lou Taylor, that's been sending stuff to my house. So Britney doesn't know how Lou Taylor got her address. She's sending her gifts, trying to write her letters. Britney says in this email that Lou M. Taylor is stalking her, and that she keeps saying Britney is possessed and that she needs to come and kill these spirits. She's asking her attorney for help. Her gated community cannot or will not keep this stalker male from reaching my front door. The maid let the FedEx guy in, and that's how this hat got here. So Lou Taylor sent her a hat, some kind of gift, whatever. But she told her a million times to leave her alone. Now she's saying that she's going to visit her, and this is Britney's words, drunk effing father in Kentwood. She doesn't care about him, but she could easily find Britney's mother and hurt her. What am I supposed to do when Sam, Britney's boyfriend, is not here? Britney says she's scared. Britney asks if you can call him and tell him how important it is that Sam, her boyfriend, needs to stay there every night because it's like no one is listening to me. And now she sent me pictures of her and a man and butterflies. She's really crazy. Do you care if I'm dead? Because I cannot sign your checks if I am. Your client, Britney Jean Spears. So it's a really powerful email. She is describing really scary situations. And this woman, Lou M. Taylor, is stalking her allegedly in order to, in the end, put her in this super controlling, restrictive conservatorship and control Britney's life, her finances, and take any kind of power she can from it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like this is from 2007.
Yes, 2007, 2000. Yeah, July 2007.
So it sounds like they're trying to, like, they were working on her to like make her feel crazy before, so they could put her in this situation in the first place.
Well, and she was working. Lou Taylor was allegedly working Britney's dad at that point as well to get close to the family, get in Britney's life and force her way in, even if Britney didn't want her there. And then in the end, put Britney in this conservatorship and continue making a living off putting people in these situations where she can take advantage of their finances.
So I think you found out that she had like a history of doing this or something. Maybe you're going to get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, I was actually just going to talk about that. So actually there's this, we'll link this in the description. There's another channel. His name is Sloan, and he is great. Love him. His content is everything to me, but he talks, he has a lot of free Britney videos, so definitely go watch those. But he talked about how Courtney Love and Lindsay Lohan both have a connection to Lou M. Taylor, and she tried to put both of them in conservatorships as well. So we can flip to the Courtney Love article and see what's up with that, and then switch to Lindsay.
Okay, we're there. We're with Courtney Love.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, you're cool.
I'm just like trying to keep up.
Yeah, it's a lot to go through.
Okay, so this article, Courtney Love weighs in on Britney Spears' conservatorship. Her pack of wolves almost killed me. This is from International Business Times. It was posted December 2020. And it pretty much just talks about how Lou M. Taylor also tried to put Courtney Love in a conservatorship at one point. And so Courtney says, short answer is yes, that Lou Taylor tried to or wanted to put Courtney in a conservatorship as well. Lou did try. she and the Gerals made an attempt to control Kurt Cobain, her late husband, his name and likeness in all Nirvana songs, 96%, then sell the publishing, by which time I'd be in a conservatorship or more likely dead. So she's pretty much saying that Lou M. Taylor tried to control Kurt Cobain's name, his likeness, and all the Nirvana songs. And we know that's a lot of money. So
Right.
it seems like she's trying to put Courtney Love in a conservatorship solely to take advantage of this and make herself some money, gain that financial, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, who does she work for? You said that she works for like this company.
She has her own company. I forget what it's called. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find that. Hold on.
I felt like we found some information about like how her business started to flourish after Britney was in this conservatorship.
Yeah. Give me just one sec.
Yeah.
And actually, Sloan hit that too. Literally, like, everyone needs to go watch his Free Britney playlist.
Yeah, that's maybe where we got it.
Lou M. Taylor Company.
So yeah, this just sounds like a whole business that they're doing with these celebrities in particular in this situation, where they're just setting these people up and milking them.
Yeah, and I guess her company's name is called TriStar Business Management or something. But they just seem to target these people in order to make money and maintain the wealth that they want. Yeah, I found it. Today's most successful actors, artists, and athletes go beyond their leverage, blah, blah, blah. We're here to make it last. Okay. I don't know. That's just nuts.
By locking them away and spending their money the way they want.
Not allowing them to live their own life. Like, these people are literally like Britney, Lindsay, Courtney Love, Amanda Bynes. They're all just like a means to an end for these people. They just aren't. They don't look at them as humans. Like, they're just a pawn to them. I just can't understand that. Okay, and then there's a Lindsay Lohan article. We don't have to put that up, but there's an article that pretty much just confirms that Lindsay, actually, yeah, let's put that up. That Lindsay was also in a situation where Lou M. Taylor was trying to put her in a conservatorship. And let me find that really quick. So this article is by X17, Michael Lohan to fight Dina and Lou Taylor for Lindsay conservatorship. And this is from 2010. So she's been at this for a long time, clearly. Britney is 13 years now. But Dina Lohan is Lindsay's mother. So her and Lou M. Taylor were the two in this case to conspire or try to put Lindsay in a conservatorship. And Lindsay's father pretty much just went on like a press tour saying that he wasn't gonna let this happen without fighting it, and he didn't want them to be co-conservators controlling Lindsay's life. So there's documentation clearly just throughout the last 13 years of Lou M. Taylor and her business management company trying to do the same thing to other people as well.
Which I mean, at some point, isn't there like, can the courts, can the judges, can people not see that this Luann Taylor is like making a business out of destroying and controlling people's lives? Like, I, it's like the whole system is in on this.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, especially with like all the things that the two judges that have been involved in Britney's conservatorship have been accused of. Her current judge is Brenda Penny. And do you want to throw up her picture really quick? And then Judge Rava as well.
Okay, I got it up for you.
Okay. So both of these judges, Rava, her first one that put her in the conservatorship in the first place, and Brenda Penny, her current judge, they've both apparently been accused of abuse of power, violating individual civil rights, embezzlement, ignoring laws and proper processes, how Britney got in her conservatorship in the first place, conspiracy, extortion, perjury, and fraud. And that's just what I found. I don't know if there's more. Yeah, so they've been accused of all of that, and they're expected to uphold laws and bring Britney justice. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's definitely like this is a whole system that they've arranged and like have this well-oiled machine going to, and to take advantage of, like, they're basically all young women that started at a very young age and acquired a lot of fame and money at a young age, and maybe they didn't know how to stand up for themselves and stuff like that, or whatever. So these people are taking advantage of that. I think we have a question in the chat from, I think it's Low Servant. Let's see, let me pull that up. And he asks, is it true that she makes hand signs to tell people she needs help?
I've actually, okay, I don't know for sure if that's like 100% true, but it has been theorized by fans and Free Britney people that she makes like hand signals in her Instagram videos, or people will comment, like there was this one point where someone commented like, wear yellow in your next video if you need help, and then she posted a video with her wearing yellow.
Wow.
So that's all like obviously just speculation, but I don't know, I could see it being the case because she has just been like so silenced this whole time and unable to even ask for help because they discouraged it. They didn't want anyone to know what was going on.
I think that she's been really smart to a degree by like not speaking out too much and saving it for the right times. So like maybe this the trial she just had 2 days ago was a lot more effective because they haven't had time to combat what she's saying in the trial, like what her testimony is, and she's just unleashing like all of it at once. And
like they didn't know what was coming.
Right. I think let's see, Low Servant says, this is about money. If this wasn't about money, you would see a lot more.
Yes,
but you don't.
100%.
You wouldn't see a conservatorship happening in the hood. That's for sure. I mean, there's some truth to that, I'd say.
100%. I mean, there was, here we go. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this. There was a point where Britney's sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, was put in charge of a trust, and then the company that Lou M. Taylor works for, that TriStar Business Management, ended up gaining that same amount of money.
That was
around that same time. I just can't find it in my notes right now.
Yes, that was what you were telling me about, for sure. That was it.
Yeah. So so yeah, it's definitely about money. even just in terms of like Britney's mom recently filed, Britney's mother, Lynn, is objecting to more than $890,000 that has been spent in legal fees that James's representation has billed since October 2020. This was in April 2021. So that's in a 7-month period. James Spears billed almost $1 million in legal fees. Like, really?
And like when we're talking about someone like Britney Spears, her estate is one of the biggest out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, gaining access and control of that is like, I can see why they're working so hard and keeping her down for 15 years. That's pretty crazy.
And just like trying to break her.
With lithium.
Yeah, punishing her with lithium, which if you're on for more than 5 months, apparently can cause like severe neurological damage.
Didn't we? I think we found something also. Oh, we didn't bring that up. Where it was like her medical reports, and they're saying that she has early onset Alzheimer's or dementia or something.
Yeah, they were trying. There was a document that was released that, hold on, let me find it.
I actually had it. We should have included it in the scene, but that's my fault.
Yeah, I definitely forgot. I have it up. Do you want me to, hold on? I just resent it to you.
Can you share your
I
screen?
resent it to you on Messenger.
Okay. I'm not sure how I would pull it up. Let me, I think I can find it. Hold up.
I mean, I can just read it, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
We can show it another time if we want to. But it pretty much says, so orders related to dementia placement or treatment as specified, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I have like 3. Okay, so orders related to dementia placement or treatment as specified in the attachment, requesting special orders regarding dementia, blah, 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 conservatorship, executed by a licensed physician or a licensed psychologist acting within the scope of her, oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm trying to find, okay, here we go. Wow, I just can't find. Sorry. Petition for the appointment. I mean, I think this is something we just have to show. I can't really read it, so we can just do that another time. It's totally cool. But there were these documents of from 2008 of them trying to claim that Britney has early onset dementia in order to get control of her life. This is pretty much like what they said in order to get the conservatorship put in place in 2008. Oh, okay, cool. There we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this is her conservatorship papers.
Yeah.
And it says,
so this is from February, it looks like February 1st, 2008 is when it was filed. And then the hearing date and time was March 10th, 2008 at 10:30. So this is from 13 years ago. And this is them requesting that a person be appointed for the probate conservator. Proposed conservatee, Britney Jean Spears. They had her at UCLA Medical Center in Westwood, California.
and read the box that they checked for why this conservatorship was necessary?
Yeah, so they checked boxes that it's an order related to dementia placement or treatment, and that this order will be filed before the hearing.
So what? This is like she's 39 now. This is 13 years or what? What? Like what?
Yeah, 13 years ago. Because
So
this was them requesting and providing their reasoning for the conservatorship.
so guys, at the age of 26, they're saying that Britney Spears was displaying early onset dementia. That's wild.
Even though she's been able to work grueling schedules, touring, shows, gigs, all that.
I feel
She
like
definitely had that.
I feel like a lot of people don't know about her situation, or it's as bad as it is, because for me even, I didn't know the details of this, and I've seen her on what was the show she was on? The Voice?
X Factor.
X Factor, sorry. But yeah, she's been on shows like that in the most, in the past few years, and it looked like nothing was wrong with her. She was working with young artists and stuff like that, aspiring artists. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if she's well enough to be on a national media stage in front of millions of people in America and work with the other young artists to like help them do what they do, then I think her mental capacity is probably just fine.
Sure seems that way. But yeah, so that's just the basics of it. I mean, her conservator, I guess I'll just like go through a little timeline now of just when it started, what's happened between 2008 and now. And then anything else you want to talk about, or
Yeah, I
whoever
guess.
wants to talk about, we can do that.
Yeah, kind of summarize
So-
everything.
So yeah, like I said, in 2008, the conservatorship was put in place. They named her father as the conservator of her estate, and that just allowed him to control everything about her life, like if she can get married, if she can have babies, if she can drive, where she can go, who she can see, and what work she can participate in, business deals, that kind of thing. So literally just controlling her whole life, and according to Britney, enjoying every second of it. From 2009 to 2019, the courts just kind of continued to extend the conservatorship. They said that, like we said, that she has early onset dementia and was unfit to make her own decisions. Between 2009 and 2019, it doesn't appear as if Britney filed anything, but as she stated in her hearing a couple days ago, she did talk to the judge a couple years ago, but she made it pretty clear that she didn't feel like anyone heard her during that hearing when she was telling them what was actually happening to her. So in 2019, like I said, James physically abused one of Britney's sons. So after that, he had to step down as her conservator. And Britney's care manager, Jody Montgomery, who isn't great in this all either, according to Britney's testimony, she was now a co-conservator with her father on the conservatorship. Then my stuff's all out of order. So then, like we were talking about earlier, there was that stint where Britney didn't want to do that Las Vegas residency, which is totally her right. She's been working her ass off, her butt off, whatever. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. She's been working herself to death over her whole life. She's been doing so much stuff. So
who cares if she wants to take a break? I just hate that. That makes me so mad. But she had her little, she had her stint in the mental health facility in January 2019. And there's actually a voicemail from her. Actually, it's not from her attorney. It's from someone that used to work on her legal team, I guess. But they sent the voicemail to the podcast called Britney Graham. And they stated that when her family said she entered in April into the facility, that wasn't true. She actually entered in January and had been in there for like 4 months, and that there was no end in sight for Britney to be released. He made it very clear that Britney did not make the decision to go. And we actually have the Britney Graham podcast clip with that voicemail if you want to play that.
Which clip is this again?
Attorney voicemail?
We did play that one earlier, didn't we?
No, this is a different one. Hold on.
I have the one I played, and then I have the one from her testimony.
Okay, give me one sec.
But one point I was just thinking about is the courts. Like, it's pretty telling that her father was granted this control over her, and they didn't really look, control over her kids and everything else. They even look into his background with like alcohol abuse, and obviously it's on record that he abused a child, her children.
Yeah.
So
And he has DUIs on his record.
So how would they determine that he was fit to control her estate? Like, this is insane. And it's obviously because of this Luann Taylor and these judges working together that they would grant someone like Jamie or James, whatever his name is, control over her estate and children and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, in any kind of fair world, this would not be happening to Britney. Okay, I'm gonna try to play it from my computer.
Yeah.
For that voicemail.
So, in case you guys
Oh, wow, that was loud. Okay, let's find this.
I don't think it'll be too loud for the broadcast.
What? I'm sorry.
I don't think it'll be too loud for the broadcast.
Okay. Is that good?
I cannot disclose who I am. I just heard the latest episode. You guys are onto something. I used to be a paralegal for an attorney that worked with Britney's conservatorship. I'm no longer with them. And what is happening is disturbing, to say the least. So, basically, Britney was in rehearsals for domination. It came to Jamie's attention, Britney Spears, that Britney was not taking her medication as prescribed. She was missing a lot of doses and just full on not taking them. So they got her to the doctor. The doctor said, okay, if you don't want these medications, let's get you on a new one. Well, she refused to take the new one. So Jamie said, either you take this medication or the show's off, and I'm pulling my support and you can't do it. Britney did not follow Jamie's instructions, and so he was true to his word. He pulled the show. He verbatim said, blame it on my illness. And that's when we get the early January Instagram.
Sorry, they are showing the Instagram in the video.
Fast forward a couple days, Britney's still not following through with her medication. And as you guys have mentioned, she is seen with Sam driving. A big no-no on, it's a big rule that she broke.
And they're showing the, sorry, they keep showing the pictures.
In the mental facility since mid-January. Of course, the statement yesterday said she entered last week. That is not true. She's been in there since mid-January.
They literally just have her captive.
I'm sick of this. Keep showing.
And there is no.
But yes, they do.
Timeline. Granted, I've been gone. I haven't worked at the company or at the firm for about a little over 2 weeks now. But there is no end, particularly in sight, for this stay at the mental facility to end. She did not want to go. She, I of course, I'm just a paralegal. I haven't had any contact with her, but from what I understand, this was not a decision she made at all.
And that's where it cuts off. Oh my God. I mean,
All right. So that's the voicemail that paralegal sent it directly to that Britney Graham podcast. They're like a free Britney podcast. So makes sense, you know. But yeah, that just kind of shows the lengths that her family are trying to go to make it seem like she's fine. She's totally cool in this conservatorship, and she's just having a hard time because her dad is having some health problems, when in reality they're forcing her into a mental health facility, drugging her with lithium as a punishment, and just leaving her there with no end in sight. But they really care about her.
Right. So, I mean, I feel like this is something that spreads across the whole industry. Like even artists that aren't pop artists. So like DMX, whether it's DMX, Michael Jackson, Prince, what we talked about, some other celebrities, like we will talk about Amanda Bynes. There's just like this whole system set up. You have like the court systems, like medical facilities, and these conservatorship programs, like this Luann Taylor woman, like they're all working in concert to like set all these multiple like different people up, and it's just not one incident. So there's like totally this is a whole business model.
Yes.
And it's pretty disgusting. So we're just trying to bring some light to it here at Atypical.
That's all we can do. That's just up to January 2019. There's some other stuff too. Britney in September 2020 requested or filed an objection to the court to not have the court proceedings sealed anymore. So she wanted them to be public so everyone would know what was going on. And she also requested the courts appoint Jody Montgomery to replace her father completely as her conservator, which we know now Jody really isn't in it for the best interest of Britney, based on Britney's testimony from the other day. Then in November 2020, Britney requested to remove her father as co-conservator, or her request to remove her father as co-conservator was denied but the judge did rule that a conservator of Britney's choice could be added, and that's where this new firm called Bessemer Trust comes in. They seem apparently like they're a legitimate company that isn't trying to just take advantage of Britney and her situation. And I think she's just at that point was just trying to play the game, like, okay, if I have to be in this conservatorship, if I can't get out of this, I want someone on my side to be able to advocate for me, since my dad doesn't care, my care manager doesn't care, my mom isn't stepping in, my sister's a snake, and and she just had no one, even her attorney wasn't on her side. So at that point, I think she was just desperate for someone to get in the situation that she could rely on to advocate for her when she couldn't advocate for herself. And then in December 2020, there was a hearing, and that extended the conservatorship to at least September 2nd of this year, so 2021. And then there's so much. And then in January 2021, Britney's attorney wrote in released court documents that it would be highly detrimental to Britney's interest for her father to be given more power in the conservatorship. And this was at a point when James Spears was spewing on about how Bessemer Trust being involved takes away from his power in the conservatorship, which, like, yes, that's the point. Like what,
Right.
what's the issue here? But yeah, so Bessemer hit back, or Britney's attorneys hit back, saying that it would be highly detrimental for Britney to have her father be given more power in her conservatorship. That was in response to James filing that proposed order. And and the addition of, oh wait, hold on, sorry. James was also attempting to make sure Bessemer would never become the sole conservator, according to Britney's attorney, even though that is what Britney initially requested. March 2021, Britney's lawyers request Jody Montgomery be named sole permanent conservator. Britney has requested the resignation of her father. Court documents also state that Britney reserves the right to petition for the termination of her conservatorship. And then in April 2021 is when Britney's mother, Lynn Spears, objected to the $890,000 that had been reported in legal fees from James Spears in that 6 or 7 month period up until April 2021. So after that is where we get to that hearing from a couple days ago, and that is the whole thing on Free Britney. That's the background. That's what's going on. It's completely unacceptable, and it's a complete human rights violation at the most, like, basic degree.
Exactly. Well, thank you for bringing all those crucial details to the audience here.
Yes.
To the world. Hopefully this video spreads out, so like and subscribe, click like, so this can get out to more people.
Yes, and again, shout out to Sloan. We're linking him in the comments. Go watch his channel, his Free Britney playlist. Chef's kiss.
Great, we'll do that. I'll make sure to get that in the description.
All right, sounds good.
All right, well, we have more coming soon. We definitely have some more, so you'll see Snipe and myself with more reports. We're going to expose what we can expose. We're going to dig out all the dirt we can dig.
Yes.
And I hope you guys keep joining us, so you can hear about it, so we can, I don't know, at least just get some more awareness about what's going on and not support these music labels and industries and networks and stuff like that are letting this stuff happen. So
Editors.
there you go. All right. Well, thank you guys. I think that's all we have. That's pretty much all we have, right? I'm going to check chat just to make sure there's no... looks like we're good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Snipe.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see you all guys all very soon. for the next one. Take care.